All right, guys, how you doing? It's Rabea. I hope you are all well. So this is the final video, final words, final little message from me of this year, 2020, which I'm sure many of you will be able to say, along with me, has been one hell of a weird year, to say the least. I know for me personally, it's been really up and down, and I've shared a bit of that with you guys, and I'm sure for so many of you out there, including the people watching this video, that it's been the same, just mental. But I didn't want to dwell on that too much. I just wanted to do this video really quickly at the end of 2020 to announce a couple of things. The first thing is that just before shooting this video, I've literally just uploaded and processed Grinding Gears Volume 3. I just kind of wanted to get it out in 2020 to say, like, yes, I released something in 2020, and it does mean that it's 3 years running of doing the Grinding Gears thing. So this is Volume 3. There's 11 tracks, one of which you haven't heard before. It's not actually out on YouTube. It's called Grinding Gears because I used a bunch of different bits of gear to make the song, so it's not specifically named after one piece of gear like the kind of Grinding Gears tracks are. Sorry it's a bit later this year. Usually kind of release these things around sort of February time, at least the last couple of years, but this year, just for obvious reasons, it's taken a bit longer. But I'm really happy with it. Obviously, for the most part of this record, it's just me in this room making tracks. But there is one track on there called Riffs Under the Bonsai Tree, which I did with an incredible drummer called Alex Bonza. I did a little collaboration with him on Instagram, so I thought I'd throw that in on here so you can hear that. And yeah, basically all the tracks I've released over this year with the gear demos and stuff, like the Corey Wong plugin with Pete, you know, Oh My Get Goodness with the Nolly plugin, and basically everything that you've heard this year on YouTube you can now stream. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Mark Roberts for mastering this album. I'm really happy with the way it sounds. It's his first venture into mastering, so if you want stuff mixing or mastering, you can go to Mark. And also a huge shout out to Tom Heron, who's worked with Sleepless on a lot of the Sleepless tarot designs and stuff. He's done the artwork for this album, tried to follow in a similar style to the last two that Johnny Jaffa did, but with his own spin on it, and I think it's really cool. So thank you so much, Tom, for doing that. And also, in case anyone wondered what the binary is on the album covers from the last two, and including this one, I asked Johnny what it meant, and apparently it's the number of days from when I was born to when each album was released on the release date converted into binary. So each one represents that, basically, which is really cool. But overall, I'm really happy with this EP. I think the collection of songs is cool. It's a bit different again, and I'm just happy with the way it sounds. It's a good excuse to practice my mixing, and hopefully it sounds better than the last one, which sounded better than the one before that. So anyway, there are 11 tracks. It'll be available across all streaming platforms, including Bandcamp as well. You know, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, Deezer, all just basically the same places you can find the other volumes, you'll find that. So I just wanted to say that first as a cool thing. Happy New Year. I've released a record. So yeah, thank you for your excitement towards that. Next thing I wanted to do is thank all the brands that I've worked with over this year. People like Chapman Guitars, Victory Amps, Bare Knuckle Pickups, Dunlop, of course, Didario, Andertons, you know, Walrus, Keeley, JHS. There's so many brands that I've worked with. Boss. Over this year, doing videos with you guys, that it's been amazing, and I always love doing those kind of things. I think going forward in 2021, there may be less of that happening, just because I want to focus more on music for the next year. So we'll see how that pans out, because obviously this is what I do for a living, so you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I want to focus more on writing music and pursuing like a solo album of some description. We'll see how that pans out. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of those brands that I've worked with across this last year, and obviously a special mention to the people that I work with things like Signature Products, of course, Chapman Guitars for releasing 4 guitars this year, my standard range and pro range, which is incredible, and it's so awesome to see so many of you guys enjoying those guitars. I can't believe they've taken this long to arrive, but I'm glad that they have. Bare Knuckle Pickups, the Silo pickups came out this year, my signature humbuckers that I'm so over the moon by, and even more overwhelmed with how many people have got them now, and artists alike are saying they love them. They seem to just be a really well-rounded pickup. Everyone seems to enjoy them, so that's just really good. And it seemed to work for a lot of different styles. So I'm really happy and super grateful for Tim and the guys at Bare Knuckle for making that happen. Of course, Dunlop for working with me on my picks, my flow pick, because it's Dunlop, they're a huge brand, and it's just amazing that they sort of believe in me enough to work together on a pick. And I'm really happy with it, and they've worked great for me since I've been using them, and I love using them, and I'm glad people like them. And of course, Victory, working with Victory all the time on all the amplifier stuff. I know the Kraken isn't a signature amp, but it's just really cool that I get to do, work with amps and Martin and bring out new product and bring out new amplifiers. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. I just wanted to make this video to say thank you to all of those people that I've worked with, to announce Grinding Gears Volume 3, and most importantly, to thank every single person that's watched a video this year, subscribed, listened to my music, listened to my bands that I'm in, shown any sign of support in any capacity, especially all the support from my mother, who, by the way, is pretty much fully recovered, which was an incredible Christmas gift to get. She went and got a checkup, and it's all looking good. She's pretty much, the treatment worked. She's pretty much back to normal. And believe it or not, she even literally missed a bullet by she contracted the COVID thing, and then but she's fine. So I was like, wow, that's pretty intense that happened, but she's well and all is good, and her and my dad are chilling out in Spain, much happier than they were 6 months ago. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support about that. And yeah, like I say, just a huge heartfelt thank you for the support for me and what I do with my music and my YouTube channel and everything that I do. It's because of you guys that watch these videos that this is even possible. I never thought it would be, and I know I'm just gushing now, but I'm just saying it because I really mean it, and it's what allows me to do what I've dreamt of doing since I was a kid. So thank you. And 2021, this new year coming, for everybody that's wondering what's going to happen, if I have any advice, I would say, like, during this year with the lockdown and everything that's happened and being forced to stay indoors and focus on yourself a little bit more, I find that maybe it's a cool opportunity to pursue things that you didn't have time to do before, and pursue them to an extent where you really get involved in it. Like for me, skateboarding this year has been huge, to get back into skateboarding in a big way and push myself in a different area to music. And I'm sure many of you guys out there and girls out there have focused on new hobbies or new ventures, whatever it is that you want to get involved in. And I think that's amazing, and I think that's probably the best advice I have for anybody over this time. If you're stuck indoors through the lockdown, through all this stuff that's happening, focus on these things that excite you. And the other thing is that, look at it like this is a big period of time to sort of hibernate and get new skills under your belt and focus on a new area of things that excite you, because you've got the time to do it, so that when things kind of hopefully come back to normal in some capacity, you've got this new skill set and this new direction or focus or passion or ambition that you can pursue, and it might just open up new doors and opportunities for you. And then that might sound overly optimistic, but I think a lot of people have started to look into themselves and see what else they could do to get fulfillment, since we can't go out and do other things that we can essentially get fulfillment from, if that makes sense. I'm kind of getting philosophical. I'm just saying that within this year, I think, focus on yourself, focus on things that excite you, and use the time whilst we can't be out there traveling and doing whatever it is we do with our lives, to really nurture that and push that, so that when things do come back round, maybe you've got new direction, maybe you've found something you're really happy with and it makes you really happy, and that's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, that's my advice for 2021. In any case, this video is just a load of words from me to you at the end of 2020. It's been intense for everybody, so well done for everybody sticking with it and sticking together and getting through it. We'll see how 2021 goes. But yeah, I love you all so much for all your support. Go check out Grinding Gears, it's in the description box. Thank you again for all your support. Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2021.